the hidden stages of spiritual awakening that most people never understand. What you're about to learn might shake your understanding of reality and yourself. This isn't another feel-good video about positive thinking or manifesting abundance. We're diving deep into the raw, sometimes uncomfortable reality of what happens when you truly begin to wake up. When you've watched this until the end, you'll understand why your spiritual journey feels so challenging, why traditional advice isn't working for you, and most importantly, what's really happening as your consciousness expands. The hidden map of awakening. Imagine your consciousness as a vast ocean. Most people splash around in the shallows their entire lives, never realizing the depths that exist beneath the surface. But something inside you knows there's more. That knowing is what brought you here, and it's no accident. Spiritual awakening isn't the gentle butterfly emergence that Instagram would have you believe. It's more like a cosmic earthquake that shakes your reality to its core. This process follows 5 distinct stages, each one more transformative than the last. Understanding these stages is like having a map through territory that few dare to explore. Stage 1, the cosmic slumber. Picture yourself in an elaborate play where everyone has forgotten their actors. The stage feels like the whole world, the costume feels like your skin, and the script feels like your thoughts. This is where most of humanity lives, in what mystics call the cosmic sleep. In this stage, you're completely identified with your social programming. Your thoughts seem like your own, but they're actually borrowed from your parents, your culture, your education, even your social media feed. You're like a computer running programs you didn't choose to install. This isn't just about believing certain things. It's about being completely consumed by the dream of separation. Every reaction, every emotion, every decision comes from this place of profound forgetting. You might have a great job, a perfect family, all the trappings of success, and still feel like something crucial is missing. Think about how a dream feels completely real until you wake up. That's exactly what this stage is like. You're not just playing a role. You've forgotten you're playing at all. The pain of this forgetting creates what we call divine discontent, a nagging feeling that there must be more to life than this. Stage 2, the sacred crisis. Then comes what mystics call the divine catastrophe, when your carefully constructed reality begins to crack. This isn't a gentle awakening. It's more like being struck by spiritual lightning. Suddenly, nothing makes sense anymore. The explanations that used to satisfy you feel hollow. The goals that once motivated you seem meaningless. Imagine you're watching a movie that completely captivated you, and suddenly the theater lights come on. Not only are you aware that you're watching a movie, but you can't get back into the story. This is what the second stage feels like. Your old reality is falling apart, but the new one hasn't formed yet. This stage often coincides with what society calls a crisis. Maybe it's a health scare, a relationship ending, a career collapse, or just a profound sense that everything you've believed is somehow false. But here's what most people don't understand. This crisis isn't a mistake. It's a necessary awakening. The pain you feel isn't because something's gone wrong. It's because your consciousness is expanding beyond its familiar boundaries. Like a snake shedding its skin, this process can feel like you're dying, when really, you're being reborn. Stage 3. The quantum leap. As the dust settles from your reality collapse, something extraordinary begins to happen. Your consciousness starts expanding in ways you never imagined possible. This is when many seekers experience their first glimpses of what lies beyond the material world. Suddenly, coincidences seem meaningful. Numbers start appearing in patterns. You might experience moments of profound connection with nature, or instances where time seems to stop. Your dreams become more vivid, your intuition sharper. It's as if you've discovered a new sense, like a blind person suddenly gaining sight. This stage is both exciting and terrifying. You might start questioning your sanity as your perception of reality fundamentally shifts. The world hasn't changed, but your way of experiencing it has transformed completely. It's like switching from black and white TV to full color. You can never go back to seeing things the old way. You might find yourself drawn to spiritual teachers, ancient texts, or esoteric practices. Everything seems to hold hidden meaning. Life becomes a constant stream of synchronicities and revelations. But beware, this stage can become a trap if you get too caught up in the spiritual fireworks and forget to integrate your experiences. Stage 4. The Great Remembering. This is where the real work begins. After the initial excitement of awakening comes the profound process of remembering who you really are. This isn't about adding new information. It's about stripping away everything that isn't truly you. Imagine you've been wearing multiple layers of clothing your whole life, so many that you've forgotten what your own skin feels like. The Great Remembering is about removing these layers one by one. Each layer might represent a belief, a trauma, a social conditioning that you've carried as part of your identity. This stage often brings major life changes, but not in the way you might expect. Instead of dramatically quitting your job or leaving your relationship, you begin to show up differently in every aspect of your life. It's not about changing what you do. It's about transforming who you're being while you do it. Your relationships begin to shift as you stop playing old roles. Your work takes on new meaning as you bring more of your authentic self to it. Even your body might change as you release old emotional patterns and trauma. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about allowing who you've always been to finally emerge. Stage 5. The Divine Dance. The final stage is what the mystics call living enlightenment. But forget everything you've heard about perpetual bliss or floating above human concerns. This stage is about fully embracing your humanity while knowing your divine nature. Try to think of a master dancer who moves so naturally that there's no separation between the dance and the dancer. That's what this stage feels like. You're fully engaged in life while maintaining the awareness of your deeper nature. The problems don't disappear, but your relationship to them transforms completely. This isn't about reaching some perfect state. It's about embracing the perfect imperfection of being human. You experience everything more fully. Joy becomes more joyful. pain becomes more acute, but you're no longer lost in either experience. You've become like the sky that holds all weather without being changed by it. The journey continues. Here's the truth that most spiritual teachers won't tell you. Awakening never really ends. Each stage brings its own challenges, its own tests, and its own gifts. Some people move through these stages rapidly, while others dance with each phase for years or even lifetimes. Your awakening is as unique as your fingerprint, yet it follows this universal pattern that mystics have mapped for millennia. Understanding these stages doesn't just give you a roadmap, it gives you permission to trust your journey, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Remember, if you're resonating with this message, you're already awakening. The very discomfort you might be feeling is a sign that your consciousness is expanding. Your confusion is sacred. Your doubts are holy. Even your resistance is part of the process. We invite you to share your own awakening experiences in the comments below. Which stage resonates most with where you are right now? Remember, your story might be exactly what another seeker needs to hear to feel less alone on their path. If this video has helped illuminate your journey, please consider subscribing to our channel and sharing this message with others who might be ready to awaken. Together, we're part of a global transformation of consciousness that's more powerful than any of us can imagine. May your awakening unfold in perfect timing, and may you find the courage to keep expanding even when the path seems unclear. Until next time, keep questioning, keep seeking, and most importantly, keep awakening.